Hey, how you doing? It's your boy Freekshow, and welcome to this week's episode of the Friday Night Freak-Out Radio Show. I want to thank you all for joining me from whatever station it is you are tuning in from. I got one hell of a show planned for you tonight, so why don't you pack a bowl, pour yourself a fucking cold one, and let's get this party started already. Got new music from GYPSY, Pistoleros, the WILDHEARTS, GEMINI 5, the new one from HELLACOPTERS, got the Cruel Intentions in there. Also got some Hardcore Superstar, some Sister Sin, some Backyard Babies, Midnight City, that new one from Michael MONROE. Got some Mama Kin in there. Also got some MARYLSIM. But let's get this party started with something from Sinner. They're doing their version of the Thin Lizzy classic, Don't Believe a Word. Here we go. It's on the Friday Night Freak Out Radio Show.
I tell you not a word of this is true. Don't believe me if I tell you, especially if I'm telling you that I'm in love with you. Don't believe me if I tell you that I wrote this song for you, cause there might be some other silly pretty girl I'm singing it to. Don't believe a word. Don't believe a word, cause words are so easily spoken. Angel heart is like the promise made to be broken. Don't believe anything that I say to you, cause there might be some other pretty girl I'm singing to. Don't believe a word, cause words are so easily spoken. Don't believe a word, yes your heart's like the promise made to be broken. If I tell you not a word of this is true, don't believe me if I tell you, especially if I'm telling you that I'm in love with you. Don't believe me if I tell you that I wrote this song for you, cause there might be some other silly pretty girl I'm singing it to. So don't believe a word. Don't believe a word, cause words are so easily spoken. Angel heart is like the promise made to be broken. Don't believe anything that I say to you, cause there might be some other pretty girl I'm singing to. Don't believe a word, cause words are so easily spoken. Don't believe a word, cause your heart's like the promise made to be broken. Don't believe a word, like these words can only tell lies, and these lies are comfort to you, baby, when there's tears in your eyes. I just wanna have some fun. I may not be a saint, I may not be from heaven's hell, but why do I care? I think you gotta live your life. So don't you tell me what to do now, 'cause this is my time. It's my high time alone. Gonna take it till I'm done, going straight into the sun. I just can't understand all these things that you demand. It's not for me, I won't go there, no I won't. I just gotta get away, I'm going out of my mind, leading astray, I'm gonna find my way. So don't you tell me what to do now, 'cause this is my time. It's my high time alone. Gonna take it till I'm done, going straight into the sun. This is my time. It's my high time alone. Yes, I'm gonna roll that tide, and I ain't gonna apologize. So don't you tell me what to do now. I'm so tired of hearing from you now, 'cause this is my time. It's my high time alone. Gonna take it till I'm done, going straight into the sun. This is my time. It's my high time alone. Yes, I'm gonna roll that tide, and I ain't gonna apologize. Much too young to be running around, so many places left to be found. Out in the streets the cool kids hang out. It's just another night. Telling lies is your only disguise. Got shot out in no big surprise. Out in the cold there's no way back in. They'll have their way with you in the city. It ain't always what it seems to be. Ain't looking pretty. Not in between success and misery. Gotta stay tough if you wanna survive. Talk too much and you're gonna die. The night's black but the vision is clear. You better make a stand. Hit by hit, never giving up. Down for the count, never gonna stop. Bring the pain, it's a crazy game. The days are way too long in the city. It ain't always what it seems to be. Ain't looking pretty.
junkie and you're everything I need. This deadly pleasure only feeding on a heat. I know it hurts me, but I'm gonna let it bleed. My head is in the clouds, I can't find my feet. All of my wasted life, you were out of sight. Tell me how did you hide from me in the night? Now that your love is mine, touch is like a drug, cannot get enough. I messed up, my heart is feeling no pain. This love is getting me loaded, so loaded. We are like needles and nails. This love is getting me loaded, so loaded. It's like I'm over the moon, and tonight I'm getting hurt on you. My heart is feeling no pain. This love is getting me loaded, so loaded, so loaded. You're my favorite kind of drug. My heart is feeling no pain. This love is getting me loaded, so loaded. We are like needles and things. This love is getting me loaded, so loaded. It's like I'm over the moon, and tonight I'm getting hurt on you. My heart is feeling no pain. This love is getting me loaded, so
All right, welcome back, party animals. That was Reckless Love with Loaded. Before that, we heard from Mama Kin and In the City. Had some MARYLSIM up in there with My Time. And of course, we started tonight's show out with something from Sinner and Don't Believe a Word. Next up, we got some BLACKRAIN. We got some Midnight City. We got that new one from Michael MONROE. But how about we check out that one from Crazy LIXX? Who said rock and roll is fucking dead? Here on the Friday Night Freakout.
We got addicted to this way of life. We signed a deal, now we do not pay. We're rolling
Alright, welcome back, Maniacs. That was BLACKRAIN with Club Crazy Nights. Before that, we heard from Midnight City and Seeing is Believing. Had some Michael Monroe up in there with SHINOLA. And of course, we started that whole set out with something from Crazy LIXX and Who Said Rock and Roll is Dead? Cause it ain't, baby. We got some hardcore superstars, some backyard babies, some Sister Sin, but how about we check out some CRASHDIET? Are you sick enough for me? Here on the Friday Night Freakout.
Just like me, you're a sucker for love, but a pleasure.
was Hardcore Superstar with You Can't Kill Rock and Roll. Before that, we're from Backyard Babies and Shovin' Rocks. Had the new one from Sister Sin up in there with Drive. And of course, we started that whole set out with something new from CRASHDIET and Sick Enough from me. Next up, we got new music from Gemini 5, GLUCIFER, the Helicopters. But how about we check out that new one from The Cruel Intentions featuring Lizzie Devine, formerly of Veins of Jenna. Here is Living Out of Line here on the Friday Night Freakout. Woo!
Nowhere to run till my
these gorillas suffocate the busting on your door log. White dog, jacket on, sneaking through the courtyard. Work hard, play hard, fires the white lord. Tall streets lining up an empty street. Hood rat sits about selling up the dry heat. Black wings, dog shit, worker gets the jar cleans. Fake bar evidence and fake fun on race. And I feel alright. Wanna know what I'm talking about? My mama, she let everything hang out. Then I scream and I shout. While I'm living next door. Yeah, I'm living next door. Yeah, I'm living next
The way that I feel now, electrical flow, and all that I need somehow is to let myself go. Sitting on a night train, looking at the flashing lights. They say it never strikes in the same place, but it got us both tonight. Thunder and lightning, we're on the right side or wrong. And I know that you know that I know, but we don't care. We don't care. Thunder and lightning, we're on the right side or wrong. And I know that you know that I know, but we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. We can look away now, but nobody knows. I should have got up somehow. Let's see where it goes. Still we're on the night train, and all around us flashing lights. They say it never strikes in the same place, but it got us both tonight. Thunder and lightning, we're on the right side or wrong. And I know that you know that I know, but we don't care. We don't care. Thunder and lightning, we're on the right side or wrong. And I know that you know that I know, but we don't care. 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 Thunder and lightning, we're on the right side or wrong. And I know that you know that I know, but we don't care. We don't care. Thunder and lightning, we're on the right side or wrong. And I know that you know that I know, but we don't care. We don't care. We don't care.
All right, welcome back, party animals. That was GOTTHARD with Thunder and Lightning. Before that, we heard from GLUCIFER and The Idiot. Had some helicopters up in there with Disappointment Blues. And of course, we started that whole set out with something new from the Cruel Intentions and Living in a Line. Next up, we got music from Gypsy Pistoleros, the WILDHEARTS, Confess. But how about we check out something from Gemini 5, cause you spin me right round like a record, baby. Woo!
Watch out, here I come.
Trade the private number, baby. All I know is that to me you look like a lot of
All right, welcome back, party animals. That was the WILDHEARTS, and I Will Be Your Monster. Before that, we're from Confess and Wicked Temptations. And we started that whole set out with something from Gemini 5 and You Spin Me Round Like a Record, baby. And my friends, that just about does it for this week's episode of the Friday Night Freak-Out Radio Show. But join us next week, and I promise we will do this shit all over again. Hey, if you are really digging all the tunes I'm playing and you want to hear more, no worries, I got you covered. Just go ahead and tune into Freekshow Radio 24/7 around the fucking clock, where we are playing all these songs and more. Gonna leave you with one last tune. Got some gypsy pistoleros with Whatever Happened to the Old Town. And until next week, keep it sleazy, baby. Woo!